I'm a day one from my section. It ain't nothing you can tell, 'cause I stay dangerous and keep a weapon. 'Cause I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my section.
West.
I was there in them trenches. I'm TTG, I was
trained to go get it.
Niggas that know me know I'm with the business. Don't go back and forth with no nigga like tennis. If you from the hood, why you acting all timid? Niggas rap cat.
Live what I rap, rap what I live.
I'm a day one from my section. It ain't nothing you can tell, 'cause I stay dangerous and keep a weapon. 'Cause I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my section.
Yael. New music dropping from the whole team. We all got projects. We all will be dropping. Y'all stay tuned for that. In fact, let me get into this chat. We gonna get right to it. Welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversation. Hit that like button on your way in. Tell a friend. Y'all here with Diamond Blue, that girl Henley, Big U, and Do Sims. Measy Worldwide is in the building. Salute. All the YouTubers, when we get to a limit, y'all have to be waiting in the queue. We're going to have a lot of YouTubers streaming tonight. You will be able to ask some questions, but let me make sure I make this clear. This ain't never been about and ain't going to be about some nothing-ass motherfuckers that ain't from our community, don't got the best interests of our community, don't understand our community. This right here is about unity, strength. Brothers that's diplomatically delegating to put fires out before they start. I remember being a kid and I wanted to be a fireman. My father wasn't a fireman. My father was a gangster. I wanted to be a fireman because I wanted to save lives. And everybody look, even kids look at firemen with an appreciation of those sacrifices because they're saving lives. Till today, I look at them like that. But every day, brothers like Big U, brothers like T-Top, intervention workers throughout South Central Los Angeles who seen what comes with that street life and the loss of their homies and loved ones to senseless violence. They intervene. They work with kids, make sure they get to school safely, right? They create programs for them, like sports programs or after-school programs.
Hold on, Deuce. Excuse me 1 second. Everybody got to mute up because there's noise in the background while he's talking.
Oh, okay. That was Big U. I got him. Don't worry, because he got a lot to say. He's celebrating. He's so happy. This was a Christmas miracle. This was about them kids. This was Los Angeles and a lot of elements coming together to make sure that the 20-year tradition of Christmas giveaway in the Crenshaw district in Los Angeles wasn't broken. So let me let everybody introduce themselves, and then we're going to get into the chat, and then we're going to get into the content. Hit that like button on your way in. Henny first. Let's go. Henny.
What's popping? I'm sorry. What's up, big bro?
Now, go ahead and let everybody know what's going on. First, we want to salute you, Queen. The Henny gang is in the building. Active Chucks and Henny Glasses in the chat. Hashtag community justice. Unity.
Absolutely. So you want me to give them the whole rundown?
Yeah, let's do what you do.
All right. So Big U has done his thing once again. He did his annual Christmas holiday event. Did a great job of going out there. Actually, Deuce, there's a video, but whatever. I'll talk. It's been a minute since I've been up here. So he did his thing. He did his annual holiday event, toy drive, where when he got all the toys, gathered it up. It was him, his family, the NFL, and the community that came together with donations. And he was having his event. However, someone decided to steal the truck full of toys from in front of his home. Now, he had the event, and in the midst of all of this that was going on, the fire department and the community pulled together and came through with truckloads of toys, just ready to give back. And it was definitely a Christmas miracle. You can also thank who else was it? It was the fire department, and who else, Deuce?
The fire department, the city councilman.
The city council, yes. For coming out and pulling together. And if you didn't get a chance to see the event, it was something to definitely behold, because Big U made it snow.
In Los Angeles, on Crenshaw.
On Crenshaw. He had snow out there, and the way those kids were going down and enjoying the snow, they were sled riding, they were riding the rides, they were having a really good time. He really did his thing, and I just want to say salute to Big U for that, because real men and grown men do real things, and that's something that needs to be celebrated and saluted at all times, because taking care of home is always top priority with everyone. So definitely he is somebody that is admirable and somebody to look up to, and definitely following his foot tracks. But y'all saw him with the Thanksgiving drives and all of that. But yes, definitely Big U had a Christmas miracle come through for him and the community. So shout out and salute to everybody that was there. Did I miss anything?
Nope. And pretty much we're going to get into this video. Shout out to the whole team. Everybody that's streaming the whole ETE, Expose the Exposers, ETD, Expose the Debriefers, and the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Smoked Out TV, Simply Talking, Smoked Out TV put together this video, which pretty much sums it up and gives you a little bit more in-depth view of what was going on. And we're going to show some of the videos and all of that. We will open up for Big U. Obviously, the team is going to get their questions first. Only questions about us, because we're winning right now. The community love us. They understand that what our intent is, and we got the best interest moving forward of these kids. So people who speak up on it ain't got nothing to say. But let's get
being used in a way that is permitted by the fair use doctrine under U.S. copyright law. Fair use allows the use of copyrighted material without permission from the rights holders under certain conditions, including commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research. This work is distributed free of charge. The use of this material is transformative in nature, meaning it adds new expression or meaning, and does not merely copy the original work. This use has no negative effect on the market for the original work.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
This video is for entertainment purposes. All is alleged, and my commentary is opinion-based. This is mostly towards any individual who might attempt to copyright strike this video. You know who you are.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to Smoked Out TV Reactions. So, I'm just chilling, scrolling through these YouTube streets, right? And I stumble upon this wild news story that hit me right in the feels. Check it. Big U's nonprofit, Developing Options, had their Christmas truck jacked with a whopping $40,000 worth of toys inside. Like, who does that? But hold up. Here's where it gets real. Bad things only happen to bad people, and Big U, he's a straight-up legend in the game, always giving back to the community. Plus, his son's out there balling in the NFL, so you know miracles are on deck. While Big U and his squad were figuring out how to bounce back from this mess, guess what? New trucks started rolling in, packed with even more toys. That's right, the kids are still gonna have a Christmas, and it's all thanks to the hustle and heart of Big U and his crew. Now, I see we got Dumb and Dumber on the screen, and trust me, there's a backstory to this that you won't want to miss. But before we dive into that, let's check out the news clip that started this whole vibe. Don't forget to hit that like button, share with your crew, and subscribe if you're feeling the energy. Let's get it.
Days before Christmas, more than $30,000 worth of toys were stolen.
Yeah, KCAL News reporter Lori Perez is in South LA tonight, where a U-Haul carrying the gifts went missing.
We always like stories with happy endings, and thankfully this one has one. We were in the middle of doing an interview about the stolen U-Haul when trucks with new toys started showing up.
Merry Christmas!
Some of Santa's South LA helpers handed out early presents.
I got a Ninja Turtle set and I got a Spider-Man set.
Lighting up eyes and warming hearts on this cold night in Crenshaw.
Yeah, I chose it and I really like it, so now I'm going to play with it when I get home.
But it was a gift giveaway that...
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a...
almost didn't happen. This is security video showing the moment early this morning when Eugene Henley says someone stole a U-Haul parked in front of his Windsor Park home. It was filled with toys worth nearly $40,000. All of it paid for by the Henley family, their son, Chargers linebacker Damu Henley, the team, and private donations.
To think that somebody was stealing a bunch of toys, stealing Christmas, that's kind of crazy.
In an instant, a 20-year tradition of handing out presents to Crenshaw kids almost came to an end for the Henleys and their nonprofit youth empowerment group called Developing Options, until right as he was telling us about the theft, trucks of toys started arriving.
Damn near Christmas miracle. You know what I'm saying? Here in South Central.
Word had spread and donations to buy new toys added up. City workers and the local councilman's office helped organize things, and the LA County Fire Department, which runs its own toy drive, pitched in load after load.
This is a great save. This is a great save by the community because we didn't have no toys. And I'm just so happy.
And with that, as Damu Henley and others put it, Christmas was saved.
At one point, there was a lack of hope, but you got certain people in this community that won't go for it. And I think that just shows the strength within, and that's what you got right now, a community that rallied back and made it happen.
They do still want to find the person who stole their U-Haul filled with those toys, and they are begging that person or anyone who knows anything about it to come forward and do the right thing in the spirit of Christmas. In Los Angeles, I'm Lori Perez.
Easy, niggas do it. Tell on they homie crime and sign on that dotted line. There's a lot of niggas snitching, I don't know who to trust. Every time a nigga hit them, people say it's us. See, I beat and did way too much time. If I'm gonna tell him, kill a nigga mom, he should go get a job and stop trying to be in them streets. Pulled up, pop, now the nigga resting in peace. He like, oh, I'm ready to die. Yeah, once when you testify, you can't change your mind, not even get no paper, cause you signed them fucking statements. Oh, tell me again. Tell me again that you won't tell on your friends.
Hey, that's what's up. Major shout out to the fire department and everyone who stepped up for those kids. Big U's a real MVP. But now, let's get into this wild twist with CS2 Back and Sweet Lucy. So, they're out here saying Big U had his truck stolen, right? And the first call goes to none other than the fake Loose Cannon. I'm dying over here. They're claiming Big U said he'd pay him to steal the truck. Like, for real? These dudes are straight up clowns. So basically, you got these wannabe gangsters trying to run a play on Big U because they're salty they can't match his hustle. Grown men acting like little girls, always trying to tear him down. Come on now, it's pathetic. And let's keep it real. Both of these fools are rats, just trying to drag Big U's name through the mud. In the next audio, you'll hear Tremaine Ashley Williams and Cash McElroy Jones admitting they're down to pay the dude who jacked the toy drive truck right from Big U's crib. It's wild how their hate for Big U is making them expose themselves like this. Listen up, people. Why would the dude who stole the truck call Loose Cannon and whack 100 instead of Big U? Like, make it make sense. I'm just a civilian over here, but the police are looking for info on who did this, and these fools just handed it to them. So let's dive into this madness and see what else they got to say. Let's go.
And that's where we end. We're going to go ahead and end that one there. Salute to Smoked Out TV. Thank you for the video. Great content. And to put everything in the context of what's going on. And like I said, this ain't about them. This is about South Central. This is also about the Crenshaw District. This is also about the Jungles and the Blackstones that came out to see Dayon and do what they was doing at Jim Gillian Park. This is for the Van Ness Brims that showed up for the first time to the developing option thing. See, y'all don't grow up in that climate. Y'all don't understand the politics and consider that a blessing. But as I was saying, just like I wanted to be a firefighter and save lives when I was a kid, Big U been doing this. He been putting out fires. So let's get it going. The man of the hour, Big U. What it do, man? Let me get him off mic.
Man, I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Now we hear you.
Hey, man, I just want to say that I'm kind of shocked to even see that somebody would say something like that. But anyway, moving right along, that's all that deserved. But I really want to just say, man, I'm elated by the fact that how many people stepped up, the fire department, LA Fire Department. It was amazing, man. Mike Marquez came out, man, and with a truckload of Santa helpers, man. They really stepped up, and we had the community people went out and bought toys. We had the council office from all the different districts gave out toys. The Black Fire Department gave out toys even today. Man, it's amazing. It's amazing how many people done called since then and talking about they want to make sure that we got enough toys for next year. But I want to say this though, because this needs not to be lost on nobody. You stole from kids. You didn't steal from me. You ain't steal from me. You stole from kids. You stole something that was earmarked for kids. I would hate to believe that somebody knew they was going to go steal from over 300-400 African-American kids and Hispanic kids in today's time, into this climate, under all the different coming out of COVID. People don't still got jobs. People still trying to figure out. People still fighting COVID. A lot of parents can't get out and go shop. People, we've been doing this for 20 years. Let's not lose sight of that. So the majority of these babies expect to get their toys from us. You know what I mean? And they come every year. And to think that it was my son's, it's his first time in the league. He's able to help put in and buy toys. So this was big for him, more than it was for me and anything. Because if you go back to one of the old videos, I think y'all gonna show it to where he first time ever. I mean, not his first time ever, but when he was a young kid, giving back. And now he's able to come back in his community. He's a baby, went to Crenshaw High School, graduated Crenshaw High School. When he's on the football field on Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, he don't say he graduated from Washington. He don't say he graduated from Reno. He say he graduated from Crenshaw High School.
Right.
So you didn't just hurt. You ain't.
You ready?
Yeah. You know what I mean? This is somebody who's proud of his community, proud of where we come from, proud of the struggle. And, you know, for anybody to be, it's crazy. I'm shocked at the video I just seen of what y'all was just saying. Man, I don't even want to go over that, but I want to say this though. It's so many people that helped us. And there's so many people that came out and support and showed the support. Because this ain't about me. You know what I mean? I don't play with toys. But it's 300-400 kids. And if somebody that say they got the toys, you got the toys. You got 300-400 kids toys.
Nasty work.
Come on, man. Nasty work. I mean, but anyway, move right along. And it's like being a pedophile. I'm gonna lump you in with a pedophile. You
Right.
wouldn't did something to some kids. You
Exactly.
took something from some kids. So you basically raped some kids. And you parading it on the internet that you raped some kids. So you robbed some kids of some love and some joy. You might as well have took their soul the same way. You ain't no different than a pedophile. You're
Fact.
not no different. If somebody did that and knew what they was doing, you robbed kids of their joy the day before, hours before they finna get this joy.
Facts.
And let's not talk about is 21,000 for the snow. We paid 10,000 for the rides, and how much money we spent to make for the toys, clean up, the renting of the place. Stuff is a money that goes into making this happen. That I got receipts for.
Right.
So ain't nobody finna spend that much money and then steal the toys from themselves. And we've been doing this 20 years. Y'all don't make no sense. But a factor in the amount of money. Anybody who gets the snow gonna tell you, city council pay for the snow. We got the toys, part of the toys and the other stuff came from me, Dion Taylor at Hidden Empire. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different people that put Denzel Perryman from the Chargers, all these different people who put in to help this thing happen. And then there's a numbers of people who jumped to action when the toys came up missing. So when people go out and do stuff and talk about stuff, you need to understand all of the different things that surround this. I don't just do Christmas. We do Thanksgiving, we did Easter, we do stuff every year. So I'm at a loss and I'm hurt though. I mean, really be honest with you, if somebody really went out to go jack some kids for their toys, you ain't no different than somebody who would take something else from a kid. That's where I'm gonna put you at.
Rightfully so. Let's show Dayon, and then I'm gonna let Henny and them build from this. Henny and Diamond Blue. He knew you so long and love you so much. And Yael will be joining us. He at work, but let's get to this real quick. Salute to Shaq.
Yep, Shaq. On this one, it was Shaq, Ludacris, Shaq, Ludacris, Veen Rains. I can't remember who all helped on this one. And, and what's crazy, this shows you how many years we've been doing this.
Yeah, this was
You know
approximately
what I'm
15
saying?
years ago. Yeah, this was 15 years ago right here.
Yeah. And then this doesn't even show how many years we was doing it before that.
Right.
Man, I had to start hustling and raising money to do these events now. A whole year ahead of time to do these events. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff have to get paid for by somebody. So we have to have relationships and we have to build and people have to trust that we're gonna do the right thing, do what we say we're gonna do.
Exactly.
Right. We gonna
That's the
finish.
whole key.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now we gonna finish watching it. I'm gonna turn it off before they cut off our live for the UMG music.
Oh yeah, you better cut it off then, because I made that one. It wasn't that edit. So yeah, turn that sound down.
Yeah,
That's
that's
before
what
you
I
had a
did.
sound staff.
But they say a picture worth a million words, and just to see the smile on them kids' face for this
You
many.
know, that's D'Anthony Thomas too. That's when D'Anthony Thomas and Hayes Pilar,
Former chief.
all
I'm
of the
glad
boys.
you said that for him, former chief.
Yep, former chief. That was them. That was them. That was baby. That was I think he was in the 10th grade. Might have been in the 10th, 11th grade when we did that. Yeah, man. We put all them through college, in college, out of college, into the pros, representing Crenshaw, our community.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's a cold video.
Yeah,
definitely a cold video.
That's foundational. That's
Yeah,
foundational.
man, I can watch that, man.
That's 10 years in, and here it is 10 years in, here it is 13 years later. But that just really speaks to your passion. We had my boy Smokey, the Smokey Show, wanted to ask you about that. When did that become your passion, these kids, working with these kids?
Man, before I even came home, before I even paroled, I had started the idea for developing option that started. But it started off, it was first Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network. So that's who we incorporated. We nonprofit. We just do business as developing option. But that was the idea that I knew. And it really, to be honest with you, it was birthed from Keita Rock. When Keita Rock now started doing Quan, help me with that. What was the name of it? The shoe warehouse? No, what was it called?
Oh, you talking about the Millennium?
No, it's Keita Rock had the shoe place on Florence.
Oh, Playground.
Playground. It
We was the
really
playground.
came, yeah. It was birthed from Keita Rock it was Jim Brown. Because I was the first ones with Jim Brown, and I brought Big Keystone up to Jim Brown years ago. So I was with Jim before Jim even had the name American. So I've been doing this work, man, even before I went to jail. You feel me?
Awful long time.
So
Yeah,
it
because
was
I
just,
remember going to the American with you, and I was 16 years old.
yeah.
Well, I'm
Yes,
50
sir.
now.
I was the first generation. I was the first generation with Jim. And that's how that was birthed. And then just really my influence in Islam and wanted to be able to be one of the caliphs to be somebody known for helping and not be known as a burden to my community or my people.
Let me ask Quan real quick while he up here. So Quan, at 16, you around while he doing this, and you a Muslim, and at the same time, that's when you forced him to be a manager and get into this music. Let's talk about that real quick, because a lot of people don't even really understand that history and how Islam played a part in that, brother.
Well, being that I used to attend the American programs with them, I was picking up the knowledge and seeing the active, the community benefit that it had. Seeing also bro's organizational skills at the same time. So at the same time, I was just into because Big Daddy Kane used to also be up at Jim Brown's house
Jim
at the
Brown
time
House, yep,
as well.
yep.
So
He
you know what I'm
was.
saying. So it
He
was
was
some
living with Jim.
camaraderie with that. Yeah. So at the time, I'm seeing bro's organizational skills. He was already managing things at the time, and I was transitioning, learning more about the music business and wanting to have more control and wanting to see more of my people. So bro was the prime candidate. He had no interest in the music business at the time. And
None
we talking about
whatsoever.
80, yeah, we talking about 89, 90, 88, 89. So,
I
back
had,
then.
and you remember, Quan, I had just signed a contract to do my own club. I had just started my own company where I was starting a little, it was called Delicious Entertainment.
Club
And,
promoting. Yep.
club promoting. It was called Delicious Entertainment. And, just started that. Showed it.
And he wanted to know
Uh,
more. So I was
yeah,
doing
that was,
videos,
yep,
introducing them to Wolf and Epic, who were like major producers, producing BBD and
yeah,
New Edition and MC Light at the time, having them meet with
yeah.
those guys. They was mover makers coming to the video sets because he just wanted to know. He was like, well, let me see what's going on. And, and of course, my father was in the business already and they was buddies. So he was doing this research back then, unbeknownst to what most people don't know.
And
So he
you
carried
know,
that research on throughout his prison term, and we kept in contact,
right,
which led up to the
right,
Rap-A-Lot situation and so forth. A lot of people don't know about that.
Speak a
yeah.
little bit on it.
Yeah, so I mean, saying so that's that's where the interest in the music business, the business side of it, came in. And of course, once I do that, then I'm inherited. I'm getting questioned a lot to make sure I'm making the right moves and so forth. And here we are today. You know what I'm saying? Being advised to making moves. I met Jay Prince from that owned the Rap-A-Lot. He was James Smith at the time before he changed his name. I met him at the studio with Battle Cat. I was already advised that I would be approached by some other individuals, and Bro was counseling me through all the moves back then. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know
We
what?
had our head in the game.
Let me break your wisdom, man. You know what I find to be strange in this day and time is
Hmm.
how we as black men hate on other black men. You know, the whole time I was gone, I was proud to see the greatness of Jay Prince. I was proud to see the greatness of Master P. I was proud to see. I used to. I looked at it like if they could do it, I could do it. I never looked at it like I wanted to envy them dudes or hate them dudes or stress them dudes. I never had that. I always looked at these dudes like, man, they out here, they making it, they making an example, and we could do it. When Master P got his deal, I felt like shit. We all won. All the great black men, we can be great now. And I knew Jay Prince's whole story. I looked at all of them. I looked at Donald Trump. I looked at when I came home. I came home with the mentality I want to join those clubs and be great like these dudes was. That's why even when my brother Suge was out here, we never had no problem with Puffy and none of them dudes. Cause I looked up to these dudes. And
Hmm.
I'm older than some of them. But I looked at dude's work ethic. Even to this day, I look at a dude and I measure a dude by his work ethic. What he gonna do? What he gonna go accomplish? We're in a different era now where we gotta feel like we gotta hate and shit on each other and it's acceptable by the young people, but that ain't really how I go. That
Well,
ain't
they
really how I
think that's
should
the
be
way.
going.
Yeah, they think that's the
And
way. They think that's the shortcut.
that ain't it, man. You ain't gonna make it shitting on nobody. You know what I mean? And I guess you are. I guess everybody want to be like that white boy, that was crazy dissing everybody, and
Right.
everybody want to be like Wendy Williams. But I can tell you for myself personally, I looked up to people, and I don't have no problem doing. I felt overwhelmed when I went to Jay's Island. I feel like, man, that's one of us. I feel like that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my motivation. Like being on Jay's Island is a motivation, man. Like to see how great this man and what he been through and what he's still going through, what people hating on him and all that stuff, man. I feel like that's one of our champions. What 50 Cent is doing. I'm trying to mimic what 50 Cent is doing. You know what I mean? I sit down and film things. And my passion and my love has always been this camera and always been film. And if anybody who know me tell you I used to film before I was incarcerated. I used to have I got the VHS tapes of that my auntie and them did record over when they was recording. I was so heartbroken when I came home and they had recorded all my children, General Hospital and all over the tapes of the football games, man, that we played with the homies. But if anybody who know me, back in the 80s, bro, when I came home, I was recording our video games. I mean our football games. I was documenting our shit back then. You know what I mean? Because that's always been my passion. But I mean, you know, and I just said that to say that we need to change how we look and view ourselves, and we need to, at some point, as a people, stop making it acceptable. Because when you look and like and you comment on these dudes' pages where they shitting on somebody, you helping them. The only way to stop this and to fight against this ignorance is to strike it or report it. If you make any comment, even if you're saying you don't like it or something negative about it, that helps them in the algorithm. Any comments, for or against, you need to report it. And that's the only way it's going to legally or logically stop what these lanes is doing. But I just want to say that, and I say that to all you dudes, is inspiring to be in music, inspiring to be in film. You're not going to make it shitting on nobody. You will make it an example of your work, and then somebody seeing it and say, "Oh, let me help you with that."
Fact.
So, Big U, let me ask you a question. How does it feel becoming a pillar of your community? Because you've been doing this for 20 years, and you're definitely plugging holes where there's a need. So, how does that feel?
It feels great. I was hurt. I was hurt for maybe 4 or 5 hours, thinking like, damn, you know, like. But then I was thinking in my mind like, shit, I'm just gonna find a way to go break the bank and go get a gang of new toys, and we're gonna do it on Christmas. You know what I mean? I wasn't. My resolve was never down. It's just okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put this in me. Now I got to go figure out another way to do this. You know what I mean? So I wasn't never going. It wasn't out. I wasn't quitting. It wasn't never that. But I had a momentary, and I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out. I might not be able to get the toys to them today. And what was so beautiful, we had the rides, we had the snow. The kids didn't actually know. A lot of them didn't know what was going on. And as we got past the time we usually give out the toys, about 100, 150 kids had left and they started leaving. So I kind of got a little bit more depressed at that point. And that's when the news came and it was like, y'all got a truck coming. And right when they were saying the trucks was pulling in, then they said that the fire department's coming. So to answer your question, when I see my son and I see the kids that I help, and I get kids calling me saying, "Man, I named my son after you, Unc," or I'm gonna put my son in your program. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make Crenshaw great. I love it. You know,
No,
to hear
that's beautiful
somebody
too.
saying that they named your son after you. Excuse me.
No, I was saying that's beautiful because your son was out there with you, and obviously he's been there with you through these 20 years, watching you do this. So now for him to actually be a part of it, working side by side with you, that builds a branch onto your legacy that's going to continue on. So I definitely salute you with what you're doing.
Yeah, all three of my boys was there. All three of my biological boys was there. But it was probably 30, 40 of my adopted boys who were there and also had their children there. You know what I mean? Who help us do all of this stuff. Like we don't do none of the stuff we can do by ourselves. None of it. Mark Martin, Asani, Spank, Board, Uke, all of these dudes, we couldn't do this without them. PJ, you know what I mean? Like Quan, Heb, Deuce. I mean, these are all the people that come out and help support us in every kind of way. You know, shoot. Well, Yael and Deuce came out and gave backpacks out to what event was that? I do so many. What
That was
event was that
back
backpack?
to
We
school,
was at
wasn't it?
Westside to school.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
That
school
was
back to
who?
school event. Back to school
That
event
was
right before.
that was our back to school event. They came out and gave out backpacks. Buddha from Spray Ground, he gives us backpacks every year. You know, it's so many people that help us to make this community what it is and the reach. I mean, let me just say this: I couldn't be me without them, and I'm just the motivating factor in trying to organize a way to make it happen. Deion Taylor stepped up. You know what I mean? We got help coming from so many different people. Shaquille O'Neal bought us a bus. You know, let me tell you about that because I don't want this to go unscrutinized. We drove a bus that was donated to us from one of my partners, and the bus broke down. And on the way to Arizona, it was so hot, the air conditioner just broke. I called Shaq while I was on the road laughing and was showing Shaq. Shaq had called me about something else. And while we was on the bus, and I showed Shaq, man, we on the bus, the air conditioning. I got my kids right here in the back, riding with me, and they listened to this interview. But Shaq heard that. Shaq heard that. And bro, when it got us a bus, we didn't ask you for the bus. I didn't ask you for the money. He called me one day and he's like, "Hey, I got something for to pull up on you. Where you at?" And I told him where I was. Pull up with a big old giant white bus. This man that bought us. You know what I mean? That was a senseless act of kindness, and I didn't ask him for nothing. Then I turned around and heard rumors that Big U pressed. Man, I ain't pressed nobody for nothing. That man bought that on his own. Ain't gave me no money. Ain't did nothing. That man went and got a bus because we need a bus. And now we let other people from different organizations use the bus and we not using it. You know what I'm saying? We covered it. Not only they cover the insurance and the driver, but it's not just working for us. It's working for
Right.
every other organization, other people. Anybody can, not necessarily anybody, but we let other people use that, and that's coming from Shaq.
Right. That has to be something that, I know it doesn't stop you from doing what you're doing, but you do all of this good and then people try to tear it down. But what I've noticed about you is you don't let it stop you. You use that as motivation. So,
All the time.
that says a lot for your character within itself. What would you say to somebody? What advice would you have for someone who's trying to do something like this in their own community?
I would say reach out to people, accept whatever help you can get, and when the help don't come back the next time, don't get mad at it. You know what I mean? Because I had a lot of people who help, and then they change and help, and it come and go. You just got to keep fighting for it. That's it. And when people see what you're doing, they'll reach out. And to be honest with you, this probably turned out to be the most toys we ever had.
Wow.
Excuse me. This might have been the most toys we ever had at one given time. We was able to put kids in line, grab a toy, get back in line, grab a toy, get back in line. And then we it was a blessing because how it happened. And then it was so hurtful because my son had came and it was his first one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Here's a kid. I mean, he ain't a kid. He don't like being called a kid, but he's 25 years old. He in the NFL. It's his
Right.
first. We went to Jim Gilliam Park first.
Mm-hmm.
When we left the house, we went to Jim Gilliam Park with toys that we had picked up from my homegirl Kenya. And one of our partners had donated, I can't remember his name, dang, from New York who had donated the toys, and I'm sorry for that. So we already had those toys in my truck. So we just left. We go to Jim Gilliam Park, and they love him up there. And that shows you how our community is growing. Because Jim Gilliam Park is a park that I could have never walked in 15, 20 years ago. Thanks to Big Tone and T. Rogers and some of the other brothers over there that's holding it down. You know what I mean? And my boy Rat over there. And, it's just, it was amazing. It was an amazing day. And I'm just so glad that it didn't end that way. And it was so beautiful for me to see my son embraced by all of LA. Not no blue. He was embraced by the Bloods. He was embraced by the Crips. He embraced by everybody. And they look at him as an example of what they can do with their own kids.
Proud
You know what
father
I mean?
moment.
And I feel good that he can go anywhere. You know what I mean? And he can walk around in LA and people go embrace him. And y'all to see him be able to be in Jim Gilliam Park and me be able to get to Jim Gilliam Park because of him is a win.
Before I pass this over to Diamond, I know I had one more, but I'm gonna ask you this. Aside from this event, can you share with us what that moment was that you had that not only made you feel it was all worth it, but inspired you to keep going with what you were doing?
When they said the toys was on the way, it was the toys on the way. I ain't even gonna lie. I was sitting next to my wife, and my wife was crying earlier when we found out what happened. She left. My wife had left. She was so hurt, and she left, and then she started making calls. And she went to the police department to make the report, and somebody else's toys that got stolen. So it didn't just happen to us. So
Are
it was
you
multiple.
serious?
Yeah, it didn't just happen to us.
Wow.
It was like four different people, organizations, who toys that came up missing. And while they was at the police department, they had told her, and I can't remember who else. It was somebody else big, one of the Hispanic Santa Claus. I can't remember his name either, but his U-Haul truck had got stolen with their toys also.
Oh wow.
And then she called the news. So when she called the news and told them, and then the news researched us, and they found out how many years we had been doing this, and they snapped to action. And then one of the young ladies from the news called the fire department, called Mike, and wow, they went straight to action.
Well, definitely, I want to say salute to you for all that you do. And I'm even though I'm not a part of your immediate community, I'm still a part of a community, and I'm grateful for men like you that are standing up and showing that this is what men do. This is how we lead. And it starts with you
Right.
leading in your home and spills out into your community. And you definitely are a staple for that. So thank you for all that you do. And I'll be out in LA at some point in time to help you at one of these events.
Thank you.
No
Thank you in
problem.
advance. Thank you in advance, because once it started going, I don't be having time to say thank you. We haven't got to the point where all these events run on autopilot, because there's always a hiccup here and there. But you know, it's it's a life of love. I like to be known for this instead of anything else in life.
Man. And while we giving flowers out, man, I just like to say, you know, this is not a thing that takes overnight or one day or 2 days. I sit up and we be on the phone 2, 3 in the morning all night, and we get on him all the time. You know what I'm saying, about not getting no sleep. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot that goes into planning these events. But one thing I do want to say is, you got to think it is. It's so many brothers that's not there and not able to be there for their children and give their
Right.
toys, and be there as fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because of their circumstances. And I can personally testify to this, that when I need something done for my son, or my son want to play football or whatever it is, I'm always able to call my brother and be like, brother, you know what I'm saying? Baby boy want to play. He don't say, it's gonna cost this, it's gonna cost that. No, bring him down. I got you. You know, and those babies love him. Anybody that knows this dude, he's not hanging out with the homies on the corner. Anytime you talk to him, he got a truck full of kids, a car full of kids. He stay at the park. They at the house playing video games. You know what I'm saying? And it's just appalling for someone to take action against the kids and still,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because when you steal from one, you're not just stealing from one. You stealing from hundreds of babies that love and look forward to this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
It
part
ain't.
that bothers me.
It ain't even about me. You. No, and I don't want that point to. I don't want that point to get lost. I don't want that point to get lost on nobody because it ain't about me. You know, you so ignorant that you stole it. And I'm gonna say this again. I hope nobody didn't know they was going to go steal from kids. You know what I mean? Because inside of any prison, anywhere, when you do something to kids, it's different rules. It don't go racial. It ain't biracial. When you do something to kids, you're supposed to be punished for that. You don't play with kids. You don't sex play with kids. You don't rob kids. You don't beat kids up. You don't do none of that. If we are so dogmatic that we will allow ignorance to spouse onto our kids, we already let ignorance spouse onto our women. Now we let ignorance spouse onto our kids. Bless you this. Our community is the last enclave of people of our color. It's the last full enclave of people of our color. And we service both blacks and brown. But it's the last, Christian community is the last enclave, it's the biggest one left. So when you robbing from these kids, you only robbing from our color. And if you celebrating somebody who claimed they robbed us, that robbed the kids, where your mind at?
Facts.
And how do you treat the kids in your house? Here's what you gotta ask. How do you treat the kids in your house? Because you can't go say I would respect somebody else's kid, but then you celebrating the fact that the kids were stolen from. You ain't gonna respect nobody kids. You ain't gonna respect your own kids. I'm shocked and appalled to hear this. But anyway, I don't even want to get at no energy. Let's move on. You
Hey,
know,
hey, let me share one little funny story. When all of this transpired and the day went beautifully, I talked to my son that night, and he said, Dad, he said, Coach, you is a kind of big deal. I said, what you mean? I said, what you mean, man? He said, all the news people was out there, even Telemundo.
Telemundo pull up, you home. You home.
Okay, you made it. You made it.
You got the Telemundo.
we get to tell Mundo because of somebody else's thievery in our community. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that can't be thrown away. Any real dude, of our hue, anybody from our section or surrounding sections should take that offensive because these are the same dudes who will come in your house and do something to your family or do something to your kids or take something from your kids. Because if you know you was doing something to kids, if you know that, you know what I mean? And if you
Yeah.
didn't know it, you should have dropped it off somewhere else so it could be picked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right at your wrong by
You know
bringing
what
it
I
back.
mean?
Yes,
Right
sir.
to wrong. Even if you don't want to bring it back, drop it off in the hood somewhere.
Exactly.
Man,
You
leave
know
it
what I
somewhere
mean?
and just call it in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it is what it is. Life is what it is.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
So I'm
people
a
always
part
talking about
with you.
karma.
Hey, exactly. I'm a part with saying, man, I thank you and love you for all you do, not just for me, but for the whole community. And it's not just community. You know what I'm saying? The community becomes your family. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have. And man, it's a beautiful job that you've done with Day and Night. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you for everything that you do, bro.
Thank you. No, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I ain't gonna stop. They can't make me stop. I rob
Exactly.
myself. I rob myself to help these kids, bro. Everything I do it for these kids. I don't got no Bentley. I don't got no major nothing. I ain't even looking for that. I don't even. I keep it regular because every time somebody call me and ask me for something, if I got it, I'm gonna give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
seen
only
that.
get it. I only get. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go to. I ain't gonna go to the grave with this. With it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it 100. My shit is set up so my insurance policy take care of my kids. That's how it is. We're gonna enjoy this shit while we're here. And whatever needs to be done for them, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny
And
Kingpin, I
that,
want you to go up after I read this comment. I think it's so befitting, right? They so desperate to build a case and create content that they are willing to pay somebody admitting to robbing kids, forgetting he do it every year. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Kenny Kingpin. I know you want to talk to your big bro, man. That
Oh
you
yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? I received nothing but positive guidance, man, ever since I was a youngster, a preteen up until now. And you know what I'm saying? He know my appreciation. I show him, tell him every day. You know, unbeknownst to most, I could have went a totally different way, but when I decided to take my craft and was able to make a living, he always influenced me to do that. You know what I'm saying? He always encouraged me to do that and to learn the business side of that. I'm on my ass about learning the business side and making the wisest moves possible. And if when I make a stupid move, you know, get on me about it. So you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. You know, we have a men sharpen men like steel sharpen steel relationship. So you know what I'm saying? So that's how that go. But what I do want to talk about is the app. We have a You Find It
oh
app
yeah,
coming out. And we
yeah.
launching that soon. That's what we've been in preparation for, and that's the big thing. That's the focus. And it's going to be a community app. It's going to be user friendly where you can. It's going to work hand in hand with businesses to drive traffic towards businesses. I don't want to reveal too much, but the name of the app is You Find It. Deuce, you know about it. It's the team effort, and that's what we focused on right now.
Now we can give them a little bit more. We can let them know that we got 2 movie projects coming too,
Okay, yeah. Well,
and
we got 2 movie projects in the
we
can
got 2
coming
movie
down.
projects coming. You know what I
So
mean?
we, you know what
So
I'm saying, we diversifying. Um,
yeah, we moving in.
distribution. Unbeknown,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Unique Entertainment is a distribution company. So I want
yes.
to have that clear because I see there's a lot of discrepancies with that on what's going on. It's not a management company and it's not a rap label. It's a distribution company. So
Only
sign
distribution.
up.
Quan, you got the
Don't
games
be.
on there where you get incentivized for being on the app. You get prizes, rewards. You're able, like Clubhouse, to be able to open up a room. When you open up the room, you run content, whatever, other people be able to be on there. But the difference is you got the ability to FaceTime everybody that's in this unlimited room. You got games on there that kids can play, card games, all kind of other different things. So it's a lot more complex than just a distribution channel for artists. Go ahead and build on that. Either one of y'all that want to.
Well, I think we should have it where we just do that. One day we come back and we do that, so we can. I don't want to overwhelm with too much, but one
Yeah,
day we
and
come
it's
back.
and it's
Maybe next
exactly
week
it's
and
so
we
complex. We're
can
gonna
bring
bring
them on
folks to
to.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, just for to bring them onto the unique music app, and that's something we should focus on doing that because then they can really catch it.
Well, they can still go subscribe to
Sign up,
you sign up.
and,
I just put
and
it
it's
in
no
the chat.
money. I think that somebody had said something about we were stealing people. Okay, that's so far from the truth. God dang, how they
Man, if they want to believe that, they could believe whatever they want to because
right.
that's what they want it. This is a celebration of our community, of one of our community leaders who's out front fighting for these kids. They're not fighting for no kids. They're not out there in the community doing nothing positive. They can care less. So why is we even listening to them? Especially if we're talking about building and constructiveness. They have no voice in our community because they're not a part of the solution. You can be a
Man, we
part
need to celebrate Tone too. We need to talk about Big Tone.
Yeah,
The
hey,
work.
send that to Cuzzo Quan, that the link up here, so he can send that to Tone, because I know Tone said he wanted to speak on it. And
I mean, we need to celebrate him too. We need to celebrate. You know, Mine is tragic. I had a tragic incident that happened, but I don't want to alleviate the fact that Tone and Blue and a couple of other black men around this community, and what Skip and them do is stuff to help us be able to move. Because if it wasn't the work that this dude's doing each different community, we couldn't have these events. Because these kids that come shoot them up and do that, but it's people doing work to keep these communities safe. And it's definitely what unbeknownst to you guys is what Damu Kiwe conversation do. It's a platform that can address issues in our community, and it's both sides. You know what I mean? It ain't somebody just espousing hate or nothing selling our culture out, for the negativity. But man, Big Cone and a couple other people that we could go talk to that put their energy into helping our community. We should have maybe like once a month where we highlight somebody from each community and we talk about the work that they do.
Right.
And I nominate. We do it on a nomination process. I nominate Big Tone, bro. We should get somebody to put together a little docu series or something on the work that Tone do and what he has done and he continues to do, and shit, how hard it is to fight and try to step out in front of your community, shoot, because there's so many brothers over there that's doing the work, man. Shell Dog and all of them. It's we couldn't have peace if it weren't for them. You know what I mean? Shell Dog, man. I go to Shell Dog. Shell Dog call me, man, whenever it's something going on both
Oh, for
sides.
Blackstone.
From Blackstone, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ace Bone, now Big Mo Home, you know what I mean, for VN. It's a whole bunch of people, man. That's over me and equal to me and whatever it do. But if it ain't for them, shit, we couldn't get nothing done.
Huh.
We couldn't get nothing done. You know what I mean? There's so many different people. And I think that's what people gotta understand. That you can't get nothing done if you don't have relationships where these dudes trust you. And you can go in and talk about different things that's happening in these different communities. And you as a group and a collective can get together and try to squash it or get some kind of understanding, try to get people to get past what their feelings are. It's a whole map from the east side to the west side, from the west to the south, that's constantly out here trying to save young people's lives.
Fact.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if we can start
already
highlighting
T-Top and the PCI TI with them
Yep.
brothers doing. That's a good
We got to get Twin there from Hoover, and I can't remember what Twin organization is called. We got to get them. Shoot, man, we got to get the shotguns. We got to get this shit. It's so many different people, man. We need to start highlighting them dudes so they can get they flowers and you know what I mean.
Especially they out there putting out those fires before they start. Behind the scenes, nobody knows the cause that go through to prevent other innocent people being unalive for BS. Where they can, they put it out, but y'all gotta understand sometimes fires is out of control when firemen arrive. You know what I'm saying? But where they can prevent it, they do that. Where they can add structure into their life. Let's talk about this time, Big U. I just want to tell y'all this is my experience, and then we go. The brother left, but Big U, we on the phone. He got the whole football team with him in the house, and everybody else agitated because these kids is running around doing that. Big U love it. This is his element, right? They never drank from the water hose, right?
Right.
They didn't know how to water the thing. Tell us about that real quick, because y'all see this part.
I'm outside, bring the keys to me.
Y'all see this part and how he helped the community, but it's so much more in debt fatherhood being taught. They said it was a man to raise a boy. So these kids couldn't even know how to water the lawn. Tell us about that, man.
No, I with them same. I with some of them crew right now, man.
Let
These
them
dudes
tell
don't
it.
even.
Let
This
them
dudes
tell
don't
it.
even. They back here talking about something. Are y'all rapping? Who rapping? Hold on. Oh, Chase, you think you? Well, which one is a rapper? How the person that stutter gonna be the rapper? It probably was Chase McNeil.
And let me ask them. We need
Oh,
consent to ask them
I
one
gotta take
question.
my I
Which
gotta take
one of
my
y'all
earpiece
learn?
out.
Which one of y'all learn how to work the water hose?
Oh, he want to ask y'all about that water hose when y'all was trying to. Remember when
The
we was at
water
the
hose,
house and
y'all didn't
we
know
was
how to
trying to
work.
water the grass. Every night we watering the grass, y'all didn't even know what a water hose was.
What? That was you. I did. Yes, I did. I made something on. I was watering the grass. No, you wasn't. Yes, I was. No,
You started figuring out. Y'all started figuring out how to water the grass after what 3-4 days.
Wow.
They didn't even know how to water the grass. Just keep it 100. He said, "Put you on the news."
But
He
Well,
said,
they
"Put him
know
on
now.
the news."
They know now. Y'all know how
they
to water
know
the grass
now.
now, right?
Yeah.
They had
I
to
mean,
learn how to water the grass. They had to learn how to take out trash, all that.
right.
All the stuff we took for granted.
Right. Hey, but that's just the story I wanted to highlight. Salute to those kids. But this brother is not feeding these kids fish. He's teaching them how to fish. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Boys seeing what it takes to lead, seeing what it takes to stand up on principle, integrity,
Be
involve
accountable.
themselves with their community, man.
Yeah, we just got through work. We had a workout. We trying to, stay in shape like the same way I did with Dan, man. It's about giving them structure. I
Fact.
wasn't here for my older two sons. Unfortunately, I was gone. And then by the time I came home, they was already, pretty much set in their ways. So I was able to come and be a part of Dayon's life, his whole raising, and then other people, and then most of the kids who was with him, who was his age. And I was able to come help and influence them. And that's really what I've always wanted to do and influence these kids in a positive way. You know what I mean? And not by trying to relive or rehash the past, but set a whole nother future in play.
I think we got Brother Tone in the building. Tone, is that you, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your phone breaking up a little bit. I know that y'all got that bad reception in the J's.
Hit the
Man, I'm walking around trying to get more than one bar right now. I'm doing circles around trying to get more than one bar.
Well, first, salam alaikum, brother. We wish peace and blessings on to you.
Wa alaikum salam.
We definitely heard about how integral you were into Big U being and Dayon being able to come over there. Tell us a little bit how that came together and what you've been doing over there, pushing positively, moving forward, and building in the community.
Can y'all hear me still?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Tom.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we hear
sir.
y'all.
Hello?
We
Yeah,
hear you.
can you hear me? Okay, we go.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us? We gonna kick them out. Text them and tell them to come right back out.
Hello?
Right back in.
Yeah, I mean to come right back in. Text them and tell them to come right back in, and we'll be able to build with Tone, get some more of that positive energy from that section, and what them brothers got going on there. Rest in peace to T. Rogers. He was definitely into the intervention work and the shell dog. Them brothers been pushing for a long time also, teaching for a long time also. And these is people within our community that is known for that. And I don't know nothing else better to be known for. You know what I'm saying?
And hey, one thing in addition, everybody, please make sure you go out and give Dayan a vote for that Pro Bowl because he's been out there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so please go to the NFL, vote and make sure we get Dayan in that Pro Bowl.
Facts. He needs to
Right.
keep to the city. But it's really indicative of his character and really Big U character, just reflecting how that's instilled into him, caring about the community, the sports camp, successful, his first ever sports camp for the children, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, that was it.
Song should be coming back.
All right. But that's really indicative of what Big U is instilling. And I mean, if you plant the seeds, the fruits will grow. And you see his growth. And then you can look at a lot of people in our community or that claim they from our community, and you decide which direction seems and feels the best for you, for your children, for their future. You know what I'm saying? Do you want these
Right.
negative influences or constructive? You know, they say people are sick and jealous. Yeah, that ain't nothing new to Big U. He's been dealing with that for decades now. But being able to, you know what I'm saying, navigate through that, navigate the terrain, still be alive, right? Not be in prison. And to dedicate his passion to film, to working with these kids, that's definitely why we need to give him his flowers today. We're gonna get into some of these. Wait,
Shout out to Yuck Mouth.
Oh, Yuck in the building.
Yeah, Yuck in the building.
Hold on, let's see if we could get Yuck. Matter of fact, Quan, send Yuck the link. I don't want to put it in the YouTube thing until after we finish talking about. Oh, we can talk about this real quick. How did you get involved with the music and in business with Nipsey? Beginning managing him with Steve Lobel.
Shoot. Actually, you want the hard truth?
The hard truth.
The hard truth. Me and Suge, I decided that Suge wasn't in music no more. Suge was bullshit, so I was like, man, listen, let me focus on getting in this music shit. And Suge was like, I was ready to start doing unique music. And Suge had went and got me some time at damn, what studio? It was a studio in the valley. Suge gave me some time. And Suge gave me the studio. He gave us the studio to use. He gave us a gang of different beats he already had. He had some beats from Black Child. He gave me those. And he was like, okay, go find you an artist. And that was the pursuit. I started going to look for artists in my neighborhood. So I'm listening to all these different artists. And then that's when my nephew said, go get a little kid named, a youngster named Nip.
Which nephew?
And TD said, myself, I'm not ready, but go get Nip. Nip is ready. And I hadn't heard of Nip, didn't hear no music, didn't even have a mixtape out, nothing. And Kev Mac was Lil Thunder was Big Thundercat, and Nip didn't have no.
You going out. So we got on Tone about his reception. Big U, you get up on that by them overhills.
Oh yeah, you get up out here. You get up in that overhill, it's a wrap. You ain't getting no good service. No.
He'll be back in. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, I sent it to Yuck. If he's somewhere he can stream yard, he'll get on. I don't know if he on the road. I sent it to him though.
Hey,
Breon Prescott.
Hey, we didn't hear you, Big U. You have went out. I know you must be close to home because you get to them hills and lose reception. So could you answer that again? The part you were talking about how you went to the hood looking for an artist. You didn't know Nip, and then you talked about Kev Mac and him being big Thundercat.
Yeah, I had run into Kev Mac because Kev Mac never had a song out that was going in the neighborhood and then died. So I ran into all of them and we always chopping it up and we was trying to just, see who would float to the top. You put
Yeah, he traveled. He ride.
endorsing it. So it made it easy.
Bad service.
Y'all with me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
There go
We're
Yuck.
still here.
Yuck out.
Yada LQZ, what up, boy?
What's up with your family?
Hey man, happy holidays to the fellas, man. I like what y'all doing tonight, man. I'm just tapping in, enjoying the conversation, man. Salute.
Oh, we appreciate your presence, man. We just keeping the positive vibe, you know what I'm saying? Talking about providing for the community and giving to the kids, making sure everybody getting a good spirit for the holidays.
Man, and big salute to Big U, man, because what you're doing for them children is much needed, bro. The children are our future, my nigga, and a lot of people that di- di- disconnected from the children. They more focus on their kids, but our OGs, I come from where Felix Mitchell used to look out for the kids. If you couldn't pay for your basketball, your football, you know what I mean, your baseball, they gonna pay for it. If you ain't built for the streets, they ain't gonna put you in the streets, you know what I mean? But if you had talent, boom, they gonna provide for that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of recipes of Ricky Henderson, but Ricky Henderson got, you know what I mean? He came from the Ville or what people provided for him. So at the end of the day, man, when you see talent in the hood, it's from the youth, bro. The youth is a future, bro. Everybody ain't got to be a drug dealer. Everybody ain't got to be a gang banger. It's youth with talent, from artwork to dancing to executives to tech shit, like you name it. Like you just gotta put them in position to do their mission, and that's what Big U is doing. And I salute Big U for putting them kids in position to do their mission, giving them that cloth, giving them the structure instead of the crash out structure that's going down with the internet, with the rap music and whatnot. You know, I appreciate that. We need more people like that that's looking out for our children, because everybody worried about everything else but our children. Our children's gonna grow up to be worse than us if the shit keep going down like it's going down, bro. You think
If
it's
we
wild
don't
right
nurture,
now. Wait
yeah,
till
if we
these
don't get
kids
into the
grow up.
nurturing spirit and start nurturing our kids and nurture each other, you know what I'm saying? Invest in each other. So that's what it's about. We
Right.
appreciate you, Yuck. We appreciate you for real. We do.
No, but I come up where it's fucking recreation centers, you know what I mean, that had youth shit going down. We could learn crafts and learn trades. You had boys clubs, girl clubs, you know what I mean, take you on trips and take you places that you never been. You know, camping and shit. I never been camping until I went to the boys club or the girls club. You know what I mean? Period. So shit that children don't do in the neighborhood could be done when people take people on field trips. Like I know people could take people to fucking Disneyland or something. Take them on a field trip. Like, come on, all paid for it. Some parents can't afford that shit. You know, like
Yeah.
let's be real, man.
It's ironic that you said up in the Bay Area that you guys had that kind of structure in play where anybody who accumulated and was successful accumulating resources invested back into the community and was there helping to support and put those resources back into the community. Well,
Let me ask you a question.
Oakland, let me finish this real quick, Henny.
Becoming a pillar of your community, because you've been doing this for 20 years and you're definitely plugging holes where there's a need. So how does that feel?
It feels great.
Hey, somebody got the mute up. Let me mute everybody up because somebody, what you call it. So that was just a playback. So what I was saying is it's ironic that the establishment of structure on the West Coast in Oakland, the Black Panther parties, having that structure in play where it was a part of the community. That was the normal way of doing things. The after school food programs and free lunches, right? Los Angeles, heavy, rest in peace, Geronimo Pratt and the Panthers in Los Angeles. That structure existed in there. And earlier, Big U was talking about how he give those kids structure, man. But I just wanted to add that to what you were saying. Yuck. Anything else you wanted to add to that, bro?
No, you're absolutely right. You know, the Black Panthers bought the free lunch program, you know, to Oakland, you know, the structure, you know, for the kids. And the Black Panthers was all teenagers. Let's start from that. You know, the Black Panthers was teenagers, revolutionaries, you know what I mean, that looked out for the neighborhood, bought structure. That free lunch program, you know, spun until, you know, the government school programs have been free lunch, free
Well,
breakfast and
intentional.
lunch. Yeah.
Pro wanted to undermine the credibility and credence that the Panther Party held within the communities. So them doing that charitable work helped win over the hearts of and support of the community and other people who were donating. So they did that intentionally, so we would be dependent upon the government for those programs, which would take away from that credibility, undermine that credibility of the Panther Party. That's COINTELPRO.
Absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, man, the kingpins and the D-boys in our neighborhood looked out for the people that couldn't pay their rent, the kids that had talent, you know, and if you was part of that cloth, they looked out for you too, period, man. And I just like what Big U was doing. You know, he's an ex-dude from that cloth, and he's looking out for the kids, man. This dude got people that's in college. You got people that went to the NFL, you know, all types of walks of life. You know what I mean? Like, it's proven. Action speaks louder than words. I don't like people talking all this stupid shit, man. Like, dude got real kids and real programming. Then, Nip, come on, man. He part of Nipsey Hussle, man. Like, let's stop playing games, my nigga. I just seen Steve Lobel the other day. I went to the lemonade in the Van Nuys for the first time. Team Dime just did a launch out there. Shout out to my Team Dime dudes. But they did a launch there. I pulled up on them. Man, that's motherfucker. It's like a hip hop museum, man. They got all the Run DMC shit in the motherfucker. That shit is live, studio, everything. So Steve Lobel, man, that used to be the Looney's manager, man. He's a mover and a shaker, if you didn't know.
I didn't even know that. Steve was your manager?
Yeah, for a hot period of time. He got Run DMC on our album. He got Fat Joe and them on our album. All types of shit, man. So we rock with Steve a long way. And I watched what Steve do with Big U and Nip. And that shit was historical, man. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to have a white boy or Italian or, you know what I mean, or a small hat to walk through them doors. And Steve Lobel was them dudes to walk through them doors, man. And it got that relationship with them from the fucking 80s. Like, literally got the relationships with all the big labels and shit. So, you know, you got to have the movers and shakers like that, period. Like, we could have all the talent that we have, but you need somebody to open them doors. And Steve Lobel was one of them dudes that walk you right through them big labels and get you that big bread, man. So, yeah, man, him and Steve and Big U, that's a colossal, you know what I mean, combination, man. And they did it big with Nip, man. So beyond just the children thing with the music thing, you know. So salute to both them brothers. And I watched it, period. Straight up.
I want to add on to that what you said. See, the nucleus of Bro, Steve Lobel, and other components is people learning how to work together and inclusion. Inclusion is bringing the impact and the desired results that people, you know, that we want. And that's learning how to work together and learning how to communicate. And you're seeing that example right here on what? Damu and Kiwe. Conversations. Yeah.
That's what we do. Hey, moderators, please take critically acclaimed off of timeout. They y'all done shot the bro critically. They ain't playing in that chat. But make sure in the chat y'all watch y'all words. I see they said that it was kids in the chat. So let's keep that respectful. I'm quite sure that a lot of parents are watching this with their children to make sure that they see this example of what their heights could be, right? What their potential is, what a real strong Black male figure looks like. Because the truth is, whether it's relationship problems, I argue Willie Lynch syndrome got a lot to do with that. But I also think that we got a lot of healing to do. A lot of our community's been through generations of trauma. And if you don't recognize that a problem exists with you mentally, or a bike is broken, why would you try to fix the bike? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And one thing, in addition, I wanted to say too, man, let's give a big thank you to Stacy, because Big U's wife, man, she put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into all the things that are done as well. You know what I'm saying? And they're helping, you know what I'm saying, push developing options every single day. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we give that queen her flowers as well.
Yeah, salute to the queen, man.
Can I say something right quick, man?
Yes, sir.
I want to give a big shout out to Big U, man, because I just did a show in Fairview, Oregon. And I went to the liquor store and guess what's up in there? All the Big U raps, all the Big U papers. Man, listen, that man was all through that store, man, in Oregon. So power moves, man. Big salute to him. I wanted to take a picture of this shit. I walked in like, Big U all through this motherfucker. Because his picture is on the boxes, you know what I mean? So, yeah, big salute to Big U, man, with that the brand that he got going down with the raps and the papers. Yeah, the papers and the raps.
And cones.
Yeah, the raps and the papers. Yeah. Yeah, he everywhere up there in the north, man. The mid, yeah. Oregon, he all through that thing. Real talk. I just wanted to tap in on that. Salute.
Hey, man, we appreciate it. Yeah, what you got coming up, man? I know you got some music or something.
You know, LQ on this thing, man. We about to do a lot of regime shit. Can I cuss or?
Yeah, we already passed 10 minutes. You can say what you want.
All right, man. Thug Lords, me and Sibo coming next. You know, my new album, City of Dope, coming next. Me and Jay Hood from The Locks got an album. The second Savage album coming out. And we working on a new regime shit, man. You know, we about to bring the whole mob back together, man. You know, you got Kenny Kingpin on this motherfucker right now, man. We about to do a dope-ass regime album. Everybody from the mid to the south to the East Coast to the West, man. The regime is a whole United States Wu-Tang. We got people from all parts of the coast, man. That's what make us special. But we ready, man. We locked and loaded, and we about to activate, baby. So get ready for it, man. The West is back, man. I'm glad the West is back. Big shout out to Kendrick. Big shout out to Snoop and Dre. You know what I mean? Big shout out to everybody kicking up that dust, man. The West is back in full effect, and we about to ride that wave. You feel me? Got that boy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, salute. We've been up a hour and a half. All positivity, constructive. We're winning. And our communities, every time we win, our community gonna win, man. Anything you want to say to take us out? Henny gang is in the building.
Well, are we done for the evening, gentlemen?
Yes, ma'am.
Salute to you, Deuce, for another great platform. Thank you again for letting me back up on my second home, because y'all know this is home. I got to stay at the bar because I got to keep pouring up the hot Henny. But Damu Kiwe Conversations is always home. This is the home team. Salute to Big U. Salute to you, Deuce. Salute to Yael, the Kiwe pop star, really pop star tonight. But we love you anyway, Yael. And salute to you, Diamond, as well. Salute to everybody out in the chat. Thank y'all for the support. No matter what point you tuned in, you tapped in and you tuned in, and we thank you. Y'all know what we say, what I say. When y'all rest well, and we will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.
All right, peace. Damu Kiwe.